A homeowner fights back against a suspected burglar, holding him down until police arrived. It happened around 1:15 this morning in the 300 block of Kate Schnick Avenue. Police say they were called for reports of a shooting. When they arrived, they found the homeowner holding down the alleged burglar. Police say the people who lived in the home were asleep when they woke up to someone breaking in. They say the homeowner grabbed his gun and made contact with the burglar. At some point, they got into a scuffle, causing the gun to discharge. No one was hurt, but charges are pending for the suspected burglar.